You have been being really guided to trust your intuition and trust that you are always being guided through this process. You are always being given the signs that you're on the right path. So I feel like a lot of times when you're going down a path that doesn't really align to you, like, you will feel in your intuition that it's not really in your best interest, but sometimes we do make those decisions because there's something there for us to learn, or we just do it. But I feel like you have a really strong intuition, and I think that this period right now, with you choosing like a higher path, is helping you connect to your intuition more, because you're feeling the opposite end of that spectrum of like doing something that actually feels aligned to you, whereas maybe you're someone that was used to doing things that you know you shouldn't really be doing, but like you did it anyways. It's like you've been really reflecting on like how you've been healing, how you've been changing, how your perception of yourself and your situations have really shifted from like how you once were. So it feels like right now, because you're choosing like a higher path, a higher version of yourself to make these decisions, you feel different internally because you're not used to feeling good about the decisions you're making. And I'm not saying like you never made good decisions, but it feels like for a period of time you might have really been disconnected from that side of you that was like guiding you towards what you were supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? So I feel like through your experiences that you did go through that didn't align to you were actually really important lessons for you to learn. So instead of like taking them as like, you know, I should have known better, I shouldn't have done that, it's like, no, what did you learn from that? How did you learn to better connect to yourself through that? So it's like those were experiences that you were learning through this time, and now it feels like your heart is kind of connecting more to your mind, whereas like in the past it was more so a disconnect between your heart and your mind. So now that you're connecting the two, you're releasing all of this past energy and like transforming into your higher self, you know. But your higher self has always been there, because even in the moments you were doing things that didn't align to you, there was still that gut feeling like, I shouldn't be doing this. That was your higher self, but you were disconnected from your heart, so you couldn't fully access them in the ways that you are now. So it took you really connecting to your heart space to really be able to bring them out. And it's like, it feels like you've had to really, like, this card is like a mountain, like you have reached the top of this mountain, or you're reaching the top of this mountain, like this is your higher self, and it just feels like it's been like this steep uphill, like really long process, and you could have even been feeling like you were taking a long time, but it's like you learned patience through this. You learned to, through this slow period of you really connecting to yourself, you learned to create a foundation of trust, of patience, of, you know, understanding your journey. Like all that long period was for you to actually like understand. You know, you can't just transition in one day and then like learn all you needed to. You needed to have like a period to yourself to really reflect on what it is that you were being guided to reflect on. So I feel like you're really starting to see like your spirituality coming to the surface. You could have been somebody that might have looked into spirituality, or you kind of knew about it, but like you never really fully embodied it or practiced it, or just, you know, did what you were like learning, you know what I mean? Because it's one thing to like read about it, but then it's another thing to actually embody what you're learning about yourself through that. But it feels like you're learning to embody this version of you that is like connecting to your divine self, to the version of you that's connected to everything, to the universe, to yourself, to the people around you, to nature, to everything. And I think that you're really grateful for this journey that you've been on. And it's almost like finding gratitude in the lessons, you know, like being like, you know what? I might not have been proud of that person, but I'm glad that I learned what I did, because now I have a broader perspective on like the human experience, on, you know, emotions, on myself. You got to experience two completely opposite versions of yourself. And that is really, the whole thing. And spirituality is embracing all of you, embracing yourself as a whole. And I feel like now you're coming to a space of like inner peace. Like you've created this space where you accept yourself. So now that you accept yourself and you've kind of dug up all of this stuff that you needed to face, you're no longer like ashamed of yourself. Or I'm not saying you're not, but it feels like you're no longer carrying around this immense guilt where you can't even look at it. You know what I mean? Like when you go through certain things and you don't even want to look at it, it's like, it's not even there. I didn't do nothing. That's not real. like denial or like dissociating from it, but like you've really had to look at it. And now that you have and you accept yourself, it's like you feel free now, because you're no longer chained to your own guilt, to your own shame, and you're like, you know what, I learned what I needed to. Now I get to embrace this new version of me. It's like letting go of the fact that you can't change, that you can't heal, that you can't learn through those things, you know? So I think that right now the universe is really showing you that their unconditional love and support has always been there. It was until you finally saw that in yourself that you could accept that from not only the universe, but from you and the people around you that love you. So now it feels like you are connecting to maybe people that are really like-minded, or people that resonate with you on a deep level, like people that feel like more connected to you, not surface level. Like you feel, maybe it's like soul family type energy, where you just really feel like you've found people who understand you. And like that was a really big part of the process too, is you finally being able to understand yourself so that you can receive deeper connections, where you're no longer feeling like you're bonding over what this person did that day, or like how, you know what I mean, like no like surface level type stuff. So now you're being called to just continue to embody this version of you, and know that every time you do anything, speak, hang out with someone, do whatever it is, like you are transmuting healing energy to everything right now, because you have healed. And I am a firm believer that like we're going to continue healing till the day we die. Like I don't ever believe someone just reaches a point where you're just like perfect. We're human, and we're going to continue to learn for the rest of our life. When you spiritually awaken, it's a continuous cycle of new awakenings. Like it's never just awakened and you're awakened. Do you know what I mean? So like you are just going to continue to become the version of you that you're becoming each and every day. Like it's never just one person, you know? It's like you're always transforming, and your transformation is going to inspire the people around you. You're going to uplift the people around you. Like you are meant to be a light in this world, and like through your darkness is where you find that. This card again, through your darkness is where you found your light.